it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Missing teeth affect your confidence and moods you enjoy. At Implants for Life, Dr. E and his team of doctors handle your consultation, imaging, and surgery all in one place. Restore your smile with the Teeth Day procedure. Call now and ask about full arch implants starting as low as $250 a month. Call 818-917-4444, 818-917-4444, or visit getimplants4life.com. Attention, are you a patient of OBGYN J. Rocket Cedars-Sinai Medical Center? Hundreds of women have sued alleging sexual abuse and bronchial forbidden from her.
本当におはようございます。午前中に配信してます。珍しいというか、まあ時間はまちまちなんですけどね、その時々で空いてる時間に配信してるんですけど、本来は今頃 LAX の空港に着いてるぐらいなんですよね。アナハイムの出るから LAX へお客さんを、送っていく予定だった。やらかしました。と合流します。というところで後から LAX まで走ったらこんな感じみたいな車載配信です。車載配信ですけど、いつも車載配信ですけど、この時間帯にアナハイムから LAX に行きながら配信することもないかな、今までも多分してないかな。そんな感じがしまして、だいたいいつもこのぐらいの時間帯あれですけどね、いつもお客さんが乗る時間帯なんですけどね、めっちゃ天気ですよね。ディズニーランドどうでしたみたいなね、話しながら、空港に向かっていく頃ですけどね。何をやらかしたピックアップの時間が12時間ずれてました。お客さんの飛行機が夜中の1時過ぎに出発の飛行機でした。勝手に飛行機の番号はね、合ってるんですよ。NH105 便。夜中1時半ぐらいに、12時45分に出発したのかな。また間違えてるわ。NH105 に出発します。合ってるかな。ちょっともう一回押さないで。1時20分。 午前1時20分発。でも今日出発した飛行機は1時10分にも出発してますね。その前これいつだろう、4月の30日なんか12時58分に、あ、これでも前のあれが違ったのかな、5月になって5月時間か、多分そういうことか。月によってちょっとずつ出発の時間変わるみたいな感じです。そのメモしてるやつにはちゃんとつけてるんですよ。NH105 便で、夜9時半ピックアップを一応9時に変更したんですけどね、その9時変更ってやつが、どこ間違ったか、こっちに書き直した時に間違ったんだよな、きっとな。紙にね、全部ゴールデンウィークの1回確立した時に書き間違えました。
Britney Spears has pleaded guilty in her case. She was sentenced to 12 months probation, so she avoided jail. She was arraigned this morning in Ventura County. The DA of the county, Eric Masarenko.
Ms. Spears will have a diminished expectation of privacy in her car as a result of this informal probationary grant. If stopped, her vehicle can be searched for the presence of alcohol and drugs. She cannot drive with any intoxicant in her body.
Britney Spears was pulled over by CHP officers in March in Westlake Village. Someone called officials after they singer was driving erratically. She later herself into a treatment facility, and Masarenko said Spears will be able to continue mental health and recovery schedule. 10:35.
間違った方で予定だとね、これでちょうど空港に今着いて、次のお客さんの時間が12時ぐらいの着が11時半着の飛行機なんですけどね、ちょっと遅れてるみたいなんですけど、まあそんなところが午前中で3回戦っていう予定だったんですよ。したらまあちょっと早めに着いたんですけど、今朝一発目 5時半着の飛行機のお客さんでしたけど、空港からノーサリット行って、昨日のお客さんが忘れてった充電器をお客さんのところに届けて、俺はね、もう完全にね、それもね、自分のミス。お客さんが降りた後に全部なんか確認しなかった自分が悪い。そういう時に限ってお客さんの忘れ物。その前の日は電話は椅子の上に落としてたのは確認したから気がついたんですけど、絶対確認しないと。それもだからね、忘れてったのお客さんだけど、やっぱりちゃんとね確認しなかった自分が悪い。というところでもうそのお客さんので間違いないっていう、ね、名前が書いてあるわけじゃないですけど、その落とし物のタイミングっていうか、もう昨日はね、もうそのお客さんが最後だったから他にありえないっていう。
Former City Controller Ron Galford says current assessment has barely changed since the 90s.
やるかします。ちょこちょこちょこ。
It's totally unrealistic to expect that we can maintain 200,000 lights around the city and not have
で、今日のお客さんはその紙に書いた時に1時と13時をね書き間違えた。今になって思えば 1時って書いてあるのに勝手に自分で13時って書き直したっていうか、その紙に書いた時に13時って書いた覚えがあります。 だからまあ9時前には言ってたんですけど、出発できる時間帯になったら連絡くださいねって言って、まずね、1回8時ぐらいに本日予定通り9時ピックアップいたしますってテキストメッセージを送ったんですよ。すぐ返事は来なかったんですけど、まあそれはね、出発の準備とかしてたら忙しいからなかなかパッと返事もらえないのがいいんですけど、結構なんかね、1時間ですね、30分ぐらい全然過ぎてから返事来て、で出発で準備できたら呼んでくださいねって言ったら、全然あれがないんですよね、返事がね。で30分経ち40分経ちお客さんに電話しようかなと思ってたんですけど、まあね、もしかしたら寝坊してたりして、もう慌てて準備してたらね、まああれだからどうせ準備できたら呼ばれるだろうなと思って待ってたんですけど、それにしても遅いなと思って、1時間ぐらい経った頃にもう1回メモ全部書いてあるやつ合ってるかなと思って見直したんですよね。そうしたら自分がやらかしてるのに気がついて、そーっとその場離れました。バレてればいいですけどね。動画見てたらバレるかもしれないけど、まあ別にそれでもいいけど。ホテルに着くまで動画見てらっしゃるお客さんもいます。たまにね、もうそろそろ着くなってさっきまで見てたっていうお客さんもいらっしゃいますけど、ちょくちょくって言ってもしょっちゅうじゃないですけど、やっぱりね、お客さんの忘れ物と気をつけないと。今すぐ持ってきてくれって言われてもね、もういや今アナハイムにいるからすぐは行けませんとかなるんですよね、やっぱりね。そうならないためにはちゃんと確認しないとね、やっぱりね、一回ナイトに限って、でまあ彼女さんが自分の運転席側の方に座ってて、だから降りるときにね、ドア開けたから自分が開けたドアの方に、降りてくれて、だからその真ん中の通路のところに置いてる充電器をもうね、それが目に入らなかったんでね、で彼氏の方は反対から降りたから、もうその置いてある充電器に気がついてないっていう状態ですよね。だから最後にね、離れる前に中確認しないといけないんですよね。しなかった。そういうところに限って。
Sound familiar? That really set the tone for my day, and by the end of it, I was too tired to do much of anything. I wasn't working out as much as I would like to, or going on walks or hikes. I tried rolling out and stretching, but it was never enough. So I decided to visit the Good Feet store, and I feel so much better. The Good Feet store has an arch support that fits in every shoe. It offers proper support no matter what you're wearing. I've been wearing mine in my sneakers, my boots, even my sandals. I recently went on a hike, one of those secret stairs. I walked up and down the stairs with ease. My balance was great. The Good Feet store has helped thousands of people live a better life, and may help you too. I went to the Pasadena location. You can find her at goodfeet.com. Come in and try the Good Feet feeling, comfort, energy, and performance at the Good Feet store.
Welcome back to where we meet the behind mind-blowing inventions. I'm here with Harry from California Deluxe Windows. They offer clean to clean windows. Sounds genius! Aaron, enlighten us.
California Deluxe Windows. Clean to clean windows fly open like regular windows and swing open so you can clean the outside and inside.
Clever wordplay.
Call California to LAX 800-843-1400. 800-843-1400.
いやー、次のお客さんの飛行機、前のお客さん、朝一のお客さんとちょうど間ぴったりうまいことね、3回戦がぴったり埋まってたんですけどね、いいタイミングで。だから本来ならこっちの方に来る必要もなかったし、その2回目のお客さんが夜って分かってたの。3回目のお客さんの時間もね、そんなにその時間じゃなくてもよかったはずなのに。大失敗です。大失敗。
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmares today by visiting us online at tra.com or 800-575-1704. That's 800-575-1704.
そんなこともあります。
Real solutions for real people. Lose the weight. Feel incredible. Just call 1-800-WEST-HUSTLE.
For the ones who get it done, Ranger offers professional grade quality you need, delivered when and where you need. Call Ranger.com or stop by.
Good morning, I'm Margaret Carrero. Coming up on KNX News 1070 AM. The Lakers made it past the Rockets, now hosting Oklahoma City Thunder. Turned NBA champs in the second round of the playoffs. And Britney Spears voiced jail time in her DUI case in Ventura County. The story's much more on the way. Right now, about 10:45. Let's get the traffic update brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Springwater. Here's Susie Jessup.
Margaret, I just noticed in the last report, right, it just happened in Crystal Park. There was an injury wreck. It looks like there was a car in a wreck, and it looks like it might be on its side, a minivan or car on its side. It's actually smoke coming out of it, and there's gas leaking. This is in the 2 left lanes. This is for the southbound side, 2 right at York. The traffic is starting to build up through there. It looks like you can get through, but I just would wait a little bit before you got on the southbound side of the 2. Once you pass so then it is wide open towards the 5. Southbound side of the 5 is loaded up, basically leaving the 2 as you make your way in towards Lincoln Heights. We have problems on the northbound side of the 5 at Broadway. This is southwest of the lanes, and it now clears over.
トラックがはみ出してるし、左の人はウインカー出してるし。
Westbound side of the 10 at Arlington, we did clear up a stalled car from the center divider. Washington Boulevard still looks a lot better to me, and that is your DTLA lobby, the accident injury train route you can track. That's just to the north of the 10. And as far as your eye goes on the 91, I am seeing a load pulling. There's some outbound work. It looks like the Lakewood Boulevard on-ramp is blocked from the eastbound 91. I do see some slowing, just pockets of slowing, basically. From about the 7 end, if you make your way towards Lakewood Boulevard, and then it opens up to 91 is a terrific lane change towards County. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Springwater different? They always bottle their Alpine Springwater less than a mile and a half from the spring source. Their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their recycled plants. That's what I'm bottles at the spring source.
13勝22敗だって。
Low pressure system proceeding to the north of us. There's a small chance of some light rain and showers from the system about 10 minutes or less. They're on today into the overnight hours, maybe even spreading into Tuesday morning. The system will continue much hotter weather all the way. So night today will be a mix of 40, 50, 60, and by Sunday for Mother's Day, 70, 80, 90. And that's next for the forecast. CBSLA meteorologist Jennifer Lee for KNX News at 70 a.m. If the Lakers are going to win another NBA title, they're going to have to go through the defending champs first. Now, the Lakers beat the Rockets in Houston on Friday in the first round series, 4-2. They now take on the Thunder in the second round. Game 1 is tomorrow evening in Oklahoma City. We talked about the team's chances as Lakers lounge host Anthony Irwin. He tells us they can't afford to lose both games in OKC.
村神様、シカゴホワイトソックスの村神様が今晩、明日、明後日3連戦エンジンしてるね。村神様のね。
The Lakers have often raced back against Houston and could possibly get Luka back at some point this year. He's out the first 2 games, though could return when the series shifts back to Los Angeles. UCLA has another national championship, this time in women's volleyball. The third-seeded Bruins beat top-seeded Stanford 3-0 in Gulf Shores, Alabama, to win its 3rd NCAA beach volleyball title and first since 2019. UCLA's #1 pick Perez and Maggie Boyd hosted straight sets. Perez and Boyd were also named NCAA All-Tournament Team. He celebrated the win with a dip in the Atlantic Ocean. Oh man, good times there. What a way to celebrate. The championship is the third by the UCLA team this season and the school's 127th overall title. That is second behind Stanford. The Dodgers Foundation currently hosting a big step today. More than 500 students and Dodgers Dream Team participants taking part in events at a park in Compton goes till 1 this afternoon. The hands-on science activities will be tied to baseball and softball. That means students from LA, Pasadena, Hawthorne, and Inglewood studying wind resistance, ball running bases, calculating strike zone and geometry, and more. If you haven't noticed, if you haven't checked the calendar, reminding you Mother's Day is on Sunday, so let it be a friendly reminder not to forget Mom. And don't think the flowers more expensive this year because of the war in Iran. Spending still expected to hit a record $38 billion. Here's CBS's Gwen Baumgartner.
For us to see plenty of reason season with American projected to spend $3.2 billion on flowers for Mother's Day, according to the National Retail Federation.
Economist Michael Thompson says despite higher prices from gas to groceries, dining out remains a priority. In fact, Mother's Day is one of the biggest and most profitable days of the year for sit-down restaurants.
People are just a little bit more flamboyant when they're having a big brunch on Mother's Day. They're willing to
The average is for spending about $284. Speaking of money, let's get a money check for you. Here's Bloomberg's Tom Busby.
Oil prices surged higher today as some critical energy infrastructure and oil tankers came under attack by Iran and the United Arab Emirates. A major escalation in the conflict at 1 month of the U.S. ceasefire agreement. Right now, oil up more than 2% to around 105 barrels of Brent standard. The kind of oil that's derived in the Persian Gulf is up more than 5%, close to $14 a barrel. As for stocks, they are down all
0勝3敗だってエンツのピッチャー先発ピッチャー0勝3敗だって全然ダメです。
Two of the best-known artificial intelligence technology companies, OpenAI and Anthropic, are both forming joint ventures with financial firms, hoping to accelerate adoption of their AI tools on Wall Street and boost sales of their
す
products.
ごいね、村上さんは13ホームラン、打率は2割3分3厘、26 RBI、トラウト10ホームラン、2割5分8厘、21 RBI。
First of all, look, steps up, help you navigate around the process. Learn more about our region. Work back. We know the status quo has delivered better results. We have to take action.
まっすぐ行くか。
Favorite podcast out there. Daily Look is brought to you by Calling Car Dealerships. You can see the inventory for all 12 dealerships at CallingCarGuide.com.
Hey, it's Mike. You probably heard that soon we will be off 97.1 FM, but we'll still be on 1070 AM. So go ahead and make that a preset. Make the switch. If you're on it now, go to 1070 AM, set the preset, and you can get us there.
Time now for the Spotlight on 10, sponsored by Wesley Financial.
Video game spending is on the rise in 2026, with research firm Circana reporting a 12% increase in March thanks to the popularity of new titles like Pokemon Pokopia, Crimson Death, and MLB The Show 26, which was the top-selling title in March. Game console sales surged higher by 69% from a year earlier, led by the Nintendo Switch 2, followed by Sony's PlayStation 5. I'm Jason Brooks.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. Chuck, if someone talks you into buying something really silly, and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice is get the
ガソリンの値段も下がらないですね。本当に 全然下がらない。
Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
そこはそうだし、安いぞ安いぞって嘘つくガソリンバスタンドが増えてきて、全然安くなってない。
Are you being treated unfairly at work, fired for no reason, discriminated or harassed? Contact Employment Attorneys Group. Unlike other attorneys, you pay nothing up front and only when you win. Text Labor Law to 40555. That's Labor Law to 40555. Contact Attorney Fareed, Downtown LA Law Group. DBA Employment Attorneys Group, 540 South Santa Fe. Results-based data and messaging rates apply. Text Labor Law to 40555. Labor Law to 40555 for free.
ンつけてる
AC
や
Value
つ
is
ら
the
腹
Loan
立つな、そう
Exchange
いう
is proud to introduce the free closer, a jumbo 30-year fixed loan up to $3 million with no closing costs. You can save around $40,000 in fees like points, appraisals, as many lenders charge on a $2 million loan. Today's 30-year free closer rate is 5.875% rate of APR. That makes refi simple. The only question is whether it lowers your payment without increasing your balance. And if rates up again, you can do it again and save even more. Today's 30-year free closer rate is 5.875% rate in APR. If your mortgage rate is 6%, it's a total no-brainer. Why pay to close a loan when you can exchange it for free at theloanexchange.com. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's theloanexchange.com. Theloanexchange.com. To exchange higher payments for lower ones.
Save at the Simpson family of dealerships with Memorial Day savings on Chevrolets, Cadillacs, Buicks, and GMCs. So more often than not, if you need to speak with customer service, there's an AI rep on the other end instead of a human being. Bob Brill reports it may be the wave of the future, but legislation may be needed to keep it in line.
You've likely been familiar with dealing with a phone prompt to reach a live body. Or like many of us, you just yell into the phone, representative. Fortunately, with the advent of AI, companies have gotten wise to that, and that's part of the problem, according to Jamie Court of Consumer Watchdog.
It's unbelievably frustrating to people that they have to deal with voicemails and AI companions that don't really understand your needs. There's no question that some programs are better than others.
He says AI will never be as good at solving your problem as a live human being. And while AI will help most people, it just frustrates others.
AI can probably help 70% of the people. But for those 30% of the people that need a real human being, they should have that zero. I feel like that is almost something that needs to be led.
Betting on the fact that not many years from now, the room will ever dealt with AI and not a live body. Like it is to consumers today who only have known a cell phone and never had a landline. It's called progress. I'm Bob Pro, KNXT, and 70 AM.
10:55 now, traffic brought to you by the Accident Guide. Here's Susie Jessup.
It's a full ride right now, Margaret, through Glisdale Park on the south side of the street, right around your. There's a car outside. It looks like the two left lanes are blocked, and there might be leaking gas and also maybe catching fire. So that's why traffic is really slow. I don't think all lanes are blocked. It is backed up probably for almost a mile through there, but it's not terrible, and it looks like you can get through in the right lane. Once you pass it, there's good speeds as you make your way towards the 5. 101 is in pretty rough. Southbound side of 101. Basically leaving that boulevard as you make your way to the 411. Once you pass Washington, then it looks pretty good. It slows down a little bit the closer you get to the 605. Orange County is checking out great. Not seeing a lot of problems. I do see one situation on the northbound 57 right at Chapman. This is a collision. It looks like clearing over to the right. You can't control when an accident happens, but you can control who you call after one. To call the accident guys, your trusted injury attorneys, the accident guys, 8888 guys. And this is Pacific Chevrolet 24-hour traffic center.
Mike Simpson, are you ready to sell your house? Tired of waiting for the real estate market to improve? Wondering if waiting really your option with them? Do you have a house that needs repairs? You want to downsize, relocate, sell an inherited property?
無駄にディズニーランドを往復しちゃった。
The easy way. Wedgwood Homes offers a fast, reliable, all-cash offer. They buy homes as is, no repairs, no commissions, no hassle. Homes in 3 days or on your timeline. When you're working with Wedgwood Homes, you skip the stress of the traditional list. Choose a guaranteed cash sale that allows you to move now. The offers are firm, no strings attached, no multiple showings, no last-minute price drops or canceled contracts like other cash buyers. Wedgwood Homes is A+ rated on the BBB. 800-781-9600 for your no-obligation all-cash offer. Wedgwood Homes, Southern California's trusted home buyer for over 40 years. 800-781-9600. 800-781-9600. WedgwoodHomes.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger. Gets everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the
800 Granger, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're struggling to hear conversations, TV, or the people you love, now there's an easier, more affordable solution. Audium Hearing makes high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98 with free shipping and dedicated one-on-one support in the comfort of your own home. No doctor's offices, no pressure. Clearer hearing delivered right to your door. Join over 1 million happy customers hearing life more clearly. Visit audiumhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
It is not hard to destroy a college. Last season, the podcast Campus Files brought you stories of fraternity drug rings to bodyguards, campus cults, and more.
And now, Campus Files is back for another season.
There's a guy screaming into his phone. He's like, I just saw Charlie Kirk get assassinated right on me.
Every week is a new episode and a new story.
It's so chaotic. I went to the university and I teach.
Listen to and follow Campus Files, available now where you get your podcast.
Southern California news.
Britney Spears pleads guilty to DUI gets year of probation.
We want the same thing for each and every first-time misdemeanor offender.
Spirit is gone. Will airline tickets get more expensive and how quickly? Property owners are voting to tax themselves to fix street lights in LA.
Only on CNN.
It's 11 o'clock on Monday morning.
CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jan Hervey. Central Command says the U.S. military helicopters have sunk 6 Iranian small boats.
It looks to me as though the Battle of Hormuz has begun. This is something that we've been contemplating as a possibility really since the start of this war.
CBS News national security contributor Aaron McLean also says
The president has tried through negotiations and threats to get the Iranians essentially to open it. Last night he announced that Project Freedom would be an American effort to begin opening it, and the Iranians have retaliated.
the United Arab Emirates says Iran launched its first missile and drone attack on the UAE and fired 2 at a ship in the Strait of Hormuz since ceasefire with the U.S. took effect on April 8th. Jason Lynn at the White House. In a phone interview with Fox, the president issued a warning to Iran, saying if U.S. ships are targeted in the Strait of Hormuz during what he calls Project Freedom, quote, be blown off the face of the earth. He called the naval blockade the greatest military maneuver in history, noting American bases are prepared for potential strikes if needed. As for negotiations on a peace deal to fully end the war, he said Iran appears to be more flexible. The Supreme Court has restored broad access to the abortion pill Mifepristone. Justice Daniel Alito has temporarily halted an appellate court order that blocked an FDA rule allowing Mifepristone to be prescribed online and dispensed through mail. CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
The case was actually brought as a challenge to a change to the FDA regulations, think all the way back to the COVID era, where the FDA temporarily changed how you could obtain Mifepristone.
A weaker U.S. dollar is starting to show up in everyday costs for Americans. CBS's Jim Priscilla with more.
A weaker dollar means Americans get less when traveling abroad.
So not
Goods
breaking
like
news.
food, fuel, vehicles, and electronics. Economists say the effect on prices can increase when included with other factors like inflation, tariffs, and the spike in prices because of President Donald Trump's Iran war.
A United jet, while trying to land at New Jersey's Newark Liberty Airport yesterday, struck a delivery truck on the turnpike near the port. Former National Transportation Safety Board Chair Robert Summel.
They wanted to make sure they were putting it on the runway at the right point. But unfortunately, it appears they got too soon.
Drivers expected to be okay. The on Wall Street. This is CBS News.
From the UCLA Live in Israel studio, this is Southern California's news. CNN.
Good Monday morning. Hope you had a nice weekend. I'm Alex Silverman. 11:03. Britney Spears pleaded guilty in her DUI case from that traffic stop on the 101 back in March. She gets a year of probation for what the cops say was driving drunk and on drugs. We still don't know what kind of drugs they think it was. Ventura County DA Eric Nazarenko.
Whether you are a famous singer or a school teacher, we want the same thing for each and every first-time misdemeanor offender in Ventura County. they abide by all laws, that they follow the rules of the road,
イラ
that
ン
they
と
comply with their probationary
イラン
grants,
と戦争が始まって
and that they continue to be a law-abiding
今が一番
citizen.
ガソリン高いですねやっ
over
ぱり
by
ね
CHP in March in Westlake Village. Somebody called and reported she was driving erratically.
2ヶ月
The
経っ
rep
て
said at the
今が
time
一
she
番
was
ガ
going
ソ
to
リ
get
ン
the
が
help
高
she
い
needed. She checked into rehab. Mazarenko says she'll be able to continue her mental health and recovery schedule with probation. Well, Spirit Airlines is gone, and we will see the impact of that. The expectation is prices will go up, fewer options, fewer seats. John Baird was there talking to people before they got on their flights at LAX today.
Spirit operated hundreds of flights a day to dozens of destinations and carried millions of passengers, and all of a sudden those airline seats are gone. And so it's a supply-demand thing. Supply usually goes down, and then prices usually go up, and travelers will be competing with other travelers to get to where they're going, which could force them to take, say, a connecting flight instead of a non-stop to save money. At a time, jet fuel prices have already caused a spike in airline ticket prices. Katie was visiting LA from Long Island. Her sister was flying in. She's worried about the fallout from the shutdown and potential problems.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm worried about that, but flying Delta
前
today.
の人
Hopefully
車
not.
壊れて
But
る
does
じゃんこれ
she have any summer travel plans?
Not yet, but I hope to soon. So I'm worried.
故障して止まっ
Like
てる
everyone else.
For now, some of the
Urusai,
other airlines
Urusai.
are offering lower fares. Some call them rescue fares to help Spirit
やっぱ
travelers
ね
who've
もう
been
状況
stuck.
見たら分か
Delta
るで
says
しょ
Spirit employees can fly standby over the next or so they can get home.
It's John Baird with LAX at 11:05. Hit the roads now. Simpson Chevrolet Traffic Center on a Monday. Hey, Susie Jessup.
Well, hey there, Alex. You know, it's a slow ride right now getting out of the East LA interchange as you make your way into Commerce. We have an injury wreck right at Washington Boulevard. It's blocking the carpool lane, and that's why traffic is still getting slow back again to the East LA interchange. Once it's past Washington, there's decent speeds into Downey and in towards Santa Fe Springs. We still have that car on its side. This is for the southbound side of the two, right at York at LaSalle Park. They're trying to upright that. It looks like those two left lanes are blocked. Are squeezing by in the right lane. And it looks like we still have this problem on the northbound side of the 110 connector to the westbound side of the 10. Injury wreck there, and fire department holding the right lane. You're backed up to the Coliseum. You can't control when an accident happens, but you can control who you call after one. So call the accident guys, your trusted injury attorney. The accident guys, 877-888-GUYS. That's 877-888-GUYS. This is the Simpson Chevrolet 24-hour traffic center.
It is 11:06. LA property owners get a special ballot in the mail. It's not the one for mayor and governor. This is separate. Voters are going to get to decide whether to tax themselves to fix all the streetlights that are out in LA. Here's Brian.
The fee assessed to cover streetlight repair could more than what this tax is approved, and it's long overdue, says former city controller Ron Galbraith.
Nobody likes to pay more. I certainly don't. We also want to see the city's money used well, and we're also
何をみんな買いじゃあ車が立ってるけど
30 years, it
す
is
ごい
unfortunately time
何
to
を買いに来
increase
るのこんなに言ってくれ
the fee.
Susan Shelley with the Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association says if the problem is copper theft, we'll get to the root of the problem and go after the thieves.
Of course, if they don't stop the theft of copper wire and they don't stop the vandalism, and they don't have stronger consequences for that kind of activity, then this is just a Roadrunner Coyote cartoon where we'll just keep chasing it.
But Galbraith says after the thieves costs money too. Ballots have already been mailed out to LA property owners and are due June 2nd. I'm Brian Kay, KNX News, 1070 AM.
Home prices are dropping here in Southern California. Biggest drop since 2023.
All of here in Southern California and
早
elsewhere
く
in the
意見
nation,
だった
the
ら反対し
reset
たくわ
is a very localized correction. It's not a national downturn. When you look at the home prices
も開いた。
by market,
どっちも
there is
変わ
sharp
んねえし
regional divergence, and there are many states actually that continue to see high single-digit increases, while there are also markets that are also showing upright price declines. Economist Selma Hess with Totality says here in Southern California, home prices have been flat or down just a bit. We saw a little bit of spike in home prices following the wildfires.
なんかこんな日だね今日は
And that's impacting some of these year-over-year changes, but overall, essentially, we're looking at pretty flat home prices. She says inventory remains low here as homeowners with low interest rates hold on to their properties unless they get the price they want. I'm Karen Adams, KNX News, 1070 AM.
Coyote and Pico Rivera, the
昨日ガソリン入れたと思
Mama
ったけ
the
ど
cat
な。暑いから
coyote
入
off
れ
in the
な
middle
か
of
っ
the
た。
street. Got caught on video. Here's Emily Valdez.
Mama's owner, Debbie Bell,
Yeah,
transitioned
can you read that?
10-year-old long-haired Tabby is less tolerant as
入
she
れ
gets
てもう
older.
今日入れ
Yeah,
た
I
の。
guess you could say she's a brawler.
昨日のガソリンスタンドは
Kind of like that mean machine kind of.
が
It was
入らない
Friday afternoon when a neighbor
100
sent
ドル分
Debbie's
しか入ら
video
なか
of
ったんですよ。
Mama out on the street on Manzanar Avenue, swiping at and chasing a coyote.
満タンじゃな
About
かっ
1 noon.
From looking at the camera, she went off on this coyote and stood her ground. She just said, you know, you're not going to hurt any of the animals on this block or any of the neighbors.
The family lost a cat to a coyote before, so they're really proud Mom to win this battle. She even outsmarted the coyote by jumping into a tree and hiding.
She ate real good, just resting up on the couch.
Mama has been in the house ever since. I'm Emily Valdez, KNX News 1070 AM.
Cindy, Juanita, the Brunello Cucinelli pants, love those.
As groundbreaking in floral spring. Devil Wears Prada 2 took in $77 million in debut domestically. $233 million worldwide opening weekend. Fourth best start of the year, 20 years after the first. Coming up this week, something completely different. Mortal Kombat 2, also the Billie Eilish Cup documentary coming out. LA's turning into a real-life runway search. Victoria's Secret holding an open casting at the center of all places, May 13th and 14th. Searching for a new generation of models. One stand out and get a spot in the 2026 fashion show. Possibly a modeling contract too. Even a docu-series following the whole journey. You can apply online or show up in person there at the Beverly Center, they say. 11:11 KNX News on Monday.
Hey, it's Natalie Davidian reminding you to get out more. And also reminding you, KNX is leaving FM. You can still stream us or find us at 1070 AM. We'll be right there with you.
This is Jacob Emrani. When you need help accidents, I'm here for you.
Accident, old injury, call Jacob Emrani. Call Jacob.
Are you experiencing severe burning, numbness, tingling, weakness, loss of balance, and falls? Has neuropathy negatively affected your life? The Nerve D, Dr. Shaulian, a leading expert in the field of neuromuscular disorders, wants you to know that neuropathy is a treatable and reversible condition. Here's Eugene, an actual patient of the Nerve MD with his story.
The symptoms started about 11 years ago and progressively got worse. My arm burning, I had excruciating pain all day. It was hard to do anything, really.
And now?
I don't have any pain. I'm able to use my hand to do all the activities I couldn't do before. I even went bowling for the first time in 11 years.
Dr. Shaulian is a board-certified neurologist in neuropathy with state-of-the-art techniques and treatments. The Nerve MD can pinpoint the cause and find a treatment plan to treat and improve.
はい、まあそんなところでございます。はい。やらかしたという話でございました。で、ここでガソリン入れたら空港へ向かって、次のお客さんの送迎ですね。はい。どうもどうもご視聴ありがとうございました。きりないから一日中お客さんが乗るまで一日中喋ってるわけにはいかないし。はい。そろそろこの辺でいきます。毎日配信、多分ご挨拶ライブの命令ナンバー16第1616回目。今日は5月の4日月曜日の朝のご挨拶でした。 はい、というところでございました。どうもどうもご視聴ありがとうございました。それではまた明日ですね。